It's fire.
Nice, man.
That's fire. Good stuff, man. What inspires you when you're putting together music? What are you doing? What are you looking for when you're fabricating all of this?
So there's certain aspects that are maybe kind of exaggerated, but everything that I write about is a story in my life.
Yeah.
So like that song, Born in Texas, it's about a girl that I've never felt that way about somebody before, and I wanted to focus on that capturing of it and comparing her to like the bluebonnet fields. I remember sitting in a bluebonnet field with my little brother. My mom was taking pictures of us and stuff like that. She still has a picture. I got a bowl cut and some weird t-shirt just sitting there with my little brother. And but I remember the smell of bluebonnets. Yeah. And it's like, that's a smell like you don't forget. And the sweetest way, like a perfume type of thing. And it's like comparing that to her, like her perfume. It brings a different emotion out, you know?
Another episode of Adversity Kings. We have special guest today, Andru.
What up?
What's the last name?
Jamison.
And do you go by a stage name or is it just Andru Jamison?
Just Andru Jamison.
Yeah. Country singers typically don't have stage names. Also, shout out to this kombucha company. What was it was Kombucha Community last week we had on, and we drank all of them. You know what I mean? Do you like yours?
Yeah,
I liked mine a lot. So shout out to Kombucha Community. This one is hibiscus ginger. I think I had this one. It was good. I really liked the lavender one they had. But did you have that one?
Yeah, that one's mine.
This one's yours?
Yeah.
I don't know where mine went. Somebody must have stole the cans. But shout out to them. Phenomenal guests we had on. We're trying to open something up in Chicago. If you're a Chicago-based founder, startup, you advertise a product, you're in sales, something like that, or you feel like you've got something that you want to put out there in the local community, we're building something special here. We're coming up. We'll do 200 episodes. This will be our 200th episode this year, sometime later this year. We're in the 130s, I think, right now. So,
Sweet.
There's some depth. There's some viewers now,
Yeah.
Andru. You know what I mean? You were the first. If you were in the first 100, I'd tell you, my mom would probably be the only viewer, but it'll be like a couple more moms.
Gotta love moms.
Yes, gotta love moms. Man, let's talk about you. Let's talk about your story. So where are you born and raised from?
So I was born in Mesa, Arizona, actually, and I was raised in Texas, just outside of Fort Worth.
Okay.
So I grew up in a military household. Dad was military. Just big on family. I know both kind of grew up in the ghetto side of South Dallas as well. So it was I had to learn both sides.
Yeah.
Kind of like the street smarts, but also be able to, handle out stuff and countryside of life.
Yeah.
Moved everywhere. I moved 13 times by the time I was 18.
Wow.
Plenty of different states. I lived in Illinois before when I was younger, Iowa, Missouri, Ohio, a bunch of just different places. Learned a lot. And then 17, I graduated high school a year early at 17, and then left for the military. So, spent 7 years in the military. Did that. I was a combat medic.
Okay.
Learned a lot.
That's a lot. Wasn't Dalton a combat medic? I think he was. He was a medic for something.
I don't think he's a medic.
You better double check. You still talk to him? You better double check. I swear he's a medic. I don't know, but that's a lot of work, man.
It was a
you
lot.
See a lot of from my experience of talking to military medics.
Yeah.
There's a lot that were you active? I don't know. What would be the terminology?
So I'd done my active duty time, and then I had done National Guard.
Okay.
So there was a lot of stuff that got to learn a lot of stuff, got to experience new things in life, got to see a lot of cool places.
Yeah.
But it's healing. It's healing now. That period of my life right now is healing from all those things.
So how old are you now?
I'm 27.
27. Okay, dope. So went in right around 20?
So I went in when I was 17.
17?
Yeah. I went in from 17, so
got out at 24?
It was, let's see. So I signed up for 2 contracts. So I did 8 years, so which was 6 and 2. And then I got out for a year.
Yeah.
And then I did another year.
Yeah. Well, what was, in the process of moving and growing up, what was growing up for you, really taking us a little more in depth of were you closer to mom? Were you closer to dad? What was the impression that those two had on you?
So my father and I don't get along.
Okay.
My dad was very, very physically, emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
My mom was more so like the rock for everything. But growing up, I tried to, I guess, kind of gain my father's approval, or tried no matter what I could do to try to get his approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my mom, I was definitely a mama's boy.
Okay.
Definitely a mama's boy. Learned how to fight and, and protect my family,
Yeah.
the people I care about. Stand up to the bullies, take
Yeah.
care of those people. But yeah, it was my brother and I. We basically kind of protected the family.
Is he older, younger?
He's younger.
Younger?
So he's 2 years younger. He's 25.
Did he go to military as well?
He did, actually, and right now he's in South Korea.
Okay.
He joined the Air Force, though.
Yeah. What were you?
I was Army. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't
Yeah.
hold it against him, but just found out some awesome news that he's going to be stationed over in Hawaii. So
Oh,
now
that's
I get to go take some vacation time and go
Yeah.
visit my brother at the same time. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, that's sweet. So, as you are going through middle school and high school, does anything stand out that kind of influenced, more so the man that you are today? Like, did anything kind of occur in your
Yeah.
childhood that made you who you are today?
Yeah. So I got jumped when I was 13.
Yeah.
And it was because I told a girl that her hair looked pretty when we were dressed up going to a Chicago boat trip. It was actually, I spent 2 years in Plainfield area
Yeah.
growing up. And come to find out, I guess her friend had a crush on me, was like, why is he complimenting her?
Yeah.
Told the boyfriend. The boyfriend said he was going to do something. I was like, dude, I don't care, whatever.
Yeah.
On my way home from school that night, I got jumped by a group of people. I was beaten to inches of my life. I
Wow.
was told that I would never see it in my right eye again. Started developing glaucoma. There was a bunch of
wow.
stuff that was going on. Scar tissue, my doctor told me, he's like, you're probably going to lose sight in your right eye. Fractured ribs, all sorts of stuff. I was in bad shape.
Yeah.
I was in real bad shape. And that was a defining moment in my life because I still got up the next day. My parents wanted to take me out of school because of how bad it was. And I went right back into school the next day to just prove them to, like, you can't beat me down.
Yeah.
And that was like a defining moment that you're going to lose fights in your life. You're going to lose battles sometimes. But what's important is you get up after getting the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
And sticking it right back to them, being like, you can't hurt me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's kind of the guiding foundation for me.
Absolutely. That's fire. So would you say that's probably one of the hardest adversities you've gone through in your entire life?
One of them, and then dealing with loss of life, dealing with death.
Yeah.
So
Who have you lost close to you?
there's a list, my friend.
Yeah.
There's a big list. In my life so far, I've lost 39 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who are some of the closer people you
Well,
lost?
Ali, who's tattooed on my back, he was my best friend in the military.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked about this stuff ever on podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to get into it.
Yeah, Ali, I can tell you this is a man that I used to have a really big prejudice in my ignorance growing up, seeing 9/11 and stuff happen
Yeah.
and towards Middle Easterners. And me and this man, so Ali, he was my bunkmate.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand him at all because I'm just filled with this ignorance of saying, oh, this dude's from the Middle East.
Yeah.
And he had told me every single night, because I was trying to be a good American boy reading my Bible every night.
Yeah.
He'd always come up to my bunk and go, teach me about your Jesus. And I'd be like, dude, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone. And every night he would do that. And there was a situation that happened. We were on the firing range, and this guy kept getting the whole platoon into trouble. So I called him out. I was like, I'm not being a rat. You're a rat. You're absolutely screwing everybody in this platoon by not doing what you're supposed to do. This guy thought he was a wannabe gangbanger on one of the firing ranges, pulled up his M4 to my chest, and I grabbed it. Whatever, we were tussling around. Ali came and tackled this guy.
Yeah.
Like, just tackled him. Come to find out, when the MPs got there, when they were racking everything out, there was a live round in that gun. And so after that, I was like, why'd you do that? Like, I've been nothing but like an asshole to you.
Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, well, because we're in this together. Like, we're all wearing the same flag. His English was still kind of broken. But so we just started doing these Bible studies every night, and he would teach me parts of like Pashto and Farsi, like Arabic languages. Yeah. And he ended up becoming my best friend.
Yeah.
Like, named me godfather of his kid, and it was rough. When I lost him, I got him tattooed on my back. He was killed. He was a warrior.
Yeah.
through and through. So I guide my life. Also, he's another motivating factor. The people that I've lost,
Yeah.
they guide me to do better every day.
Now, how long have you been in the music industry?
I've been in the music industry it'll be 2 years in May.
Okay.
That's it.
So what all did you do? I mean, I guess you were in the military just prior to that?
So I had a transition period where I was a paramedic. I
Okay.
worked for Grundy County's rescue division.
Okay.
And that was wild too. That was fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, I oh, you want an exclusive story on how I
Yeah.
lost that job?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. So I was working in EMS. I actually just got a training officer position because with my combat medic background and whatnot, I'm really good at teaching people. God made me good at 3 things, and one of them is also taking care of people.
Yeah.
Damn good at what I did. Ended up doing we were working our asses off on the shift trying to find new people as well because it's 2 men rotating every 3 days.
Okay.
So you'd have 1 day on, 2 days off.
Yeah.
It got so short for people at times we were working 3 days on, 1 day off, stuff like that. Well, I was coming off of work. I just picked up an extra shift, and it was 5 o'clock on October 7th. And I'm moving over my laundry, just clocked out. I'm moving over my laundry from like the station washers and stuff like that. And I was about to go home, and I'm with my little service pit bull. She's a blue-nosed pitty named Lily. She's my service dog. And all of a sudden the tones go off, and the tones are going off on the station saying that there was a gunshot victim. And then so I'm like, hey, boys, you need help? Like, even though I'm off, I'll come with the scene or whatever, just kind of situate. And they're like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So I'm hopping in my Jeep, getting my Jeep, and all of a sudden over the radio, I hear officer down. And I'm like, oh, shit. So they, over the radio, return the ambulance. They return the ambulance. I see the ambulance backing up. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm heading. So I run out in my Jeep, end up going out to the scene. And the officer who was hit was a friend of mine. I'd worked with him on several different calls. He had gotten shot 3 times. One of them being a complete brachial artery compromise in his arm here. And he took 2 to the chest. Like, he was a tank, bleeding everywhere. Me and the fire chief were there first on scene, throwing tourniquets on, checking out everything. I pulled out. I'm a concealed carry.
Yeah, I was wondering, so
instructor.
can paramedics carry?
No, they can't. They
So if you
cannot.
pulled up to the scene first and there's...
Yeah. So mind you, I'm still in uniform, but I'm off clock.
Okay.
Right? I'm a close quarters combat instructor. I specialize in short rifle and pistol.
Yeah.
So I'm always carrying with me. I believe that it's your right. I believe that that's something everybody should do as long as you're in sound mind, sound heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I roll up with my Glock 19X, and I'm like pulling him, getting him behind my Jeep. I'm screaming over the radio, telling the ambulance, I'm like, get this ambulance right here right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right. So my boys, I'm yelling at them, telling them they pull up. We get Tyler in the ambulance, and I'm still like posted up with my firearm.
Yeah.
And so I'm going about my day, whatever. We get him into the ambulance. They end up taking him out. He ends up being all right. But all of a sudden, it's hundreds of these police officers are showing up. Hundreds of them. You take one of them out, and like, you're gonna mess with the whole family, you know?
Yeah.
You know. So I ended up actually staying there for an additional like 4.5, 5 hours, helping people out with like aid and things like that, wherever chief needed me. And so I go about my business. I was on shift the next day, and I get a text about 30 minutes before my start time. Hey, due to the events that happened October 7th, there's a pending investigation, which is normal.
Yeah.
If an officer involved shooting or a fatality, you'll have these administrative leave times, which is normal. I get told like a week later, so did I decide what to do? I'm like, what do you mean? I got brought up in front of the board, in front of the city, everything. They made a decision against me, saying that they were letting me go.
Yeah.
So the county, and when I explained my actions, saying like, as a combat medic, like, you run to your buddies that are down. You don't ever run away.
Yeah.
Like, you run to them. You protect your buddies. And they're exact responsible. We hire paramedics, not combat medics. And since then, I was out of EMS. I've been out of EMS. They gave me 3 options. Basically, I could fight it. If I chose to fight it, I was responsible for all the court costs. If I lost, But at that point, I wasn't making anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
Was that in Illinois?
This was in Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be very vague about
Yeah.
about where it was. But then the second option was I could get fired. I would never work in the state of Illinois ever again in EMS or anything, having to deal with IDPH. Or 3, I could put in a formal letter of resignation stating that my actions were negligent, all this other stuff. And I prayed about it, and all I just heard God say was just path of least resistance. So I started typing up my little resignation letter, and everything was all formal. And I called my boss, and I was like, hey, thanks for the opportunity, everything. And the only thing I got responded back was, did you finish the resignation letter?
Oh, wow.
So I was like, for everything that I've done in these last few years for y'all, it was just fuck you.
Yeah.
So I retyped that letter up, and it was basically in a very formal way saying that I wouldn't do anything different, that I would have done the same exact thing. If I had a second go around it, I would have taken my shirt off and covered Tyler's arm with it.
Yeah.
So other than that, so then it was just music ever since. I was kind of forced to go into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, all right. I thought I was going to do EMS my entire life, medicine my entire life to help heal people, and God kind of gave me a different route and said, you know what, we're going to help you heal people in a different way.
How long have you been really in music? So you say 2 years, but is that it? Was there no
Literally.
formal?
There was. So in music, I was at 10 years old. I picked up my first guitar.
So you know how to play a guitar before you actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Recently, singing wise, I'd say I've only been singing for about 3 years.
Okay.
That was one thing my dad and I used to bond over, was playing guitar, until I got better at playing guitar than he was.
Yeah.
And then he just stopped playing with me.
Yeah.
So I kind of left that alone for years, but picked it back up whenever I was stressed.
What kind of artists, stood out to you? Who do you look up to? Who inspired? What heals you? What do you like to listen to that kind of puts you in that mood?
I'm a lyrical person.
Oh, okay.
So you could have the best beat in the world, whatever, it'd be cool, something to vibe to and to drive around to. But if you don't have lyrics that hit, I won't.
Yeah.
I'm not really big into it. So Hardy, he's a big name guy. He's coming up. Hardy absolutely changed the game. He comes from a rock and roll background. It's the same thing with me. But his lyrics just hit home. He was CMA's country music lyricist of the year.
Starley, you know who Hardy is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
He doesn't know too much about artists.
Oh, it's all good.
If you bring up a song, he'll know about it. But
Yeah.
Let's see who Hardy's best song. What's your favorite song from him?
Give Heaven Some Hell. I can't listen to that song without crying. It's about losing a buddy that he goes up. But yeah, honestly.
What's your favorite song from him, Starley?
what?
What's your favorite song from Hardy?
I don't really have a big song from him because he's not my favorite country artist. I'll listen to his music if it's on the radio.
I want to know what he sounds like, but I don't want it to glitch out our views or anything like that by playing a really famous artist. I want to just play it and see, try to hear his voice.
So Wait in the Truck.
Yeah.
So that song is about finding a woman basically on the side of the road that's been beaten to inches of her life. He tells her, get in the truck. Where is he? Goes and handles what justice is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
So lyrically, that man is just a heavy hitting lyrical artist.
Do you what's his name? Tyler Childers?
Tyler Childers is another
I like
great
his
lyricist.
voice a lot.
For Red Dirt Country, stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that
absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So Hardy, who else sticks out to you? Is there anybody else that's over the years and I know when my dad was in my life, we liked Hank Williams Jr. I think
Hank
that's
Jr.?
That's probably a really really big one for me. A lot of my country music kind of builds around that style, that old kind of rusty vibe of country music.
I love that. I would say another person that really kind of hit me hard was Dustin Lynch.
Dustin Lynch.
Dustin Lynch has the ability to go kind of between that older country feel.
Yeah.
But then he also can do stuff that's more poppy. He's been leaning stuff more towards the poppy aspect of country now. But his lyrical capability again is it's amazing.
What's your favorite song from him?
Cowboys and Angels, or actually State Lines. Those two
okay. I think
songs.
I played Cowboys and Angels.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There was a good country movie, and it's gonna kill me to sit here and try to find, but it was about two brothers and they lived in Texas, and the one brother was he was older, but he had like more malicious intentions. They were and like basically forced his younger brother to rob a bank or something. But there was really good country music in that actual in that movie. I forget the name of the movie. It was a phenomenal movie. It wasn't like just some like put together little movie. You like Culture Wall?
Culture Wall, yeah, like Sleeping on the Blacktop.
That's the song from the movie Sleeping on the Blacktop. That's the
Culture Wall. He's got that rustic.
Kate McCann and I don't. Have you ever heard that song? Mm-mm. Oh, it's such a good song, dude. It's about his girl and he like finds her cheating and he shoots her. So it's
nice.
Yeah.
See, like, nice. Yeah, my whole thing is like too. I believe that country music, like, you got your people that stick to it real hard. That are like, you know what, this pop country scene has ruined country music, and you got all this. I believe country.
I like pop country live. I don't like listening to it. Like I like one of my favorite. I hate going out, but if I go out, I went out to Chicago like bar once, but it was live country. You know what I mean? So I'm just ordering chicken tenders to listen to live country music. Yeah. And they'll go back and forth between kind of a poppy new stuff that I typically don't fucking like, but then they'll play some of the old stuff. So it's like, but it was, the vibe was, it just reminded me of home.
I like it when I say like country music, because I've also kind of, I guess, changed certain perspectives. One of my favorite compliments I ever get is when people go, I don't like country music, but I like you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the biggest compliment to me as an artist, because I believe country music is what you make it.
Yeah.
I think country is the hard hitting lyrics. It's the you know, the real life shit. You won't find any type of lyrical stuff like that anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's just, and rock maybe a little bit. You'll hear like the real kind of nitty gritty stuff, but in country music it's just raw. It's real, and that's what I appreciate about it. So like if you like rock and roll, you like pop, you like EDM, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Just give it a listen sometimes. Listen to the lyrics.
Absolutely. Are you on Spotify?
I am.
Let's see what you are on Spotify. Andru Jamison.
Yep. My parents screwed my name up. It's Andru Jamison with an I.
Let's go.
Yep.
What's your favorite song? I was like, because artists, your songs will be ranked by your listeners, but what song on Spotify is your favorite?
So actually,
will you put the speaker on so I can play it right there? Will you just turn that speaker on? Yeah, I want to play it loud.
So my favorite song, I've been asked this a lot the last few weeks, and I've still stumped every single time. I would say my favorite song that, like, for me, that I write, or is it just in general my favorite song?
Let's do both.
So my favorite song that I've ever written is the one that I last wrote, like every single time.
Is it released? Or it's not released yet?
So it's releasing April 7th, and actually, if you want,
I think Starley was mentioning you would play it.
I actually just got the final mastered version back yesterday from the studio.
So will you play it live? Does that mean, is the mastered version live, or it's a mastered like recorded and I play it off my phone?
Like, I can do either or.
Can we do live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can do that.
Let's do the live first, and then we'll ask you what your other favorite song is.
All right. Cool.
Take some time. You can adjust around, move shit around. We'll be breaking for a commercial. Just kidding. We don't do that shit.
Never get old.
Do I need to play anything on here?
Mm-mm.
Or we're good? Starley, get your drums out.
Shut up.
Are you coming to sing?
No.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to tuck these in.
They'll catch inside the strings.
Dude, it's crazy. It'll do that sometimes.
Is it a Taylor guitar?
Yep, this is a Taylor. All right. We're gonna do that.
It throws you off.
A little bit. So this song is called Beaten Up. It's going to be released April 7th. You can judge a cowboy's heart by his boots. All beaten up, broken in and used. You can't tell a man what he can or cannot do till you're in his boots. I wanna run and I wanna fall. I wanna fall in a kind of love so strong that makes you wanna risk it all. And I wanna dream. I can't wait till I see my newborn baby boy in my arms with his little eyes staring at me. I wanna fly and I wanna breathe. I wanna kiss underneath the sunset skies and make new memories. These are the reasons I ain't giving up. While my boots are beaten up, my boots are beaten up. And go check out the rest of it, April 7th.
Dude, I was getting so into it, I'm starting to record. Okay, one sec, let me answer this. Hello? I know I'm in the middle of a podcast, but I told him I might have to take an important call. Yeah, so I didn't, but I can go back to the beginning of the recording and it'll tell you everybody that logs on. Yeah, in the very beginning it should say right before you right when you start the recording it'll see Simon's name, but then it should pop up the other names that join as well. I'll check my Snapchat, but I don't keep. So just like I delete all my texts, I delete my pictures that I don't like heavily prioritize. Yeah, it's really bad. All right, bye. That was so fire.
Thanks, man.
Do you have other songs you could do? Yeah, play them on.
More,
it's like 30 seconds.
More than
of
Texas?
Yes.
Oh, I can do that one actually, but I don't remember the lyrics all the way to it. That's one thing that's a gift and a curse of being a songwriter.
Oh, I don't know any lyrics.
But dude, yeah, like literally as a professional musician, I don't know shit. All right. Can I get like a little something?
Whatever you need. The iPad,
here.
We could set the iPad up.
We'll do this. Here, you got it.
That's not really heavy.
That'll work.
Boom.
My hot Cheeto gloves.
All right. Let's do this. So this song is about a girl and how she reminds me of my favorite state. Reminds me of home, you know?
Yes, sir.
She reminds me of Texas, with eyes like the state park lakeside miles from Houston. She shines brighter than arena lights sitting up in Rodeo Austin. She's better than a late night tequila shooting good time two-stepping down in Dallas. She's got me spinning round and round like the Texas star, lighting the bonfire in this boy's heart. She's sweeter than blue bonnets in the wind, beautiful like the stars big and bright, wilder than a PBR 8 second ride. I'm falling harder in love, more than I've ever been. I Never knew that I could find a love like this, more than I love Texas. She reminds me of Texas, with her teasing in the moonlight, wearing nothing under a sundress, looking hotter than the white sand, sitting on the beaches of Corpus. She'll make your heart race, feeling things shaking like a rattlesnake. Her honey tasting kissing is dangerous. She's got me spinning round and round like the Texas star, light a bonfire in this boy's heart. She's sweeter than blue bonnets in the wind. She's beautiful like the stars, big and bright, whiter than a PBR 8-second ride. I'm falling harder in love, more than I've ever been. I never knew that I could find a love like this, more than I love Texas.
It's fire.
Nice, man.
That's fire. Good stuff, man. So, all of these songs, just the two you've mentioned and the some I've just glanced through on your Spotify profile, you know, what inspires you when you're putting together music? What are you doing? What are you looking for when you're fabricating all of this?
So, I guess when I'm actually writing, all my songs are actually like true to an extent. So there's certain aspects that are maybe kind of exaggerated, but everything that I write about is a story in my life.
Yeah.
So like that song, Born in Texas, it's about a girl that I've never felt that way about somebody before, and I wanted to focus on that capturing of it, and comparing her to like the bluebonnet fields. I remember sitting in a bluebonnet field with my little brother. My mom was taking pictures of us and stuff like that. I had this she still has a picture. I got a bowl cut and some weird T-shirt just sitting there with my little brother, and but I remember the smell of bluebonnets. Yeah, and it's like that's a smell like you don't forget, and the sweetest way, like a perfume type of thing. And it's like comparing that to her, like her perfume, it brings a different emotion out, you know. So, and then there's harder songs like my song Southern Born that's like Brantley Gilbert vibe. It's got that rock aspect. It's talking about going catching rattlesnakes and getting in bar fights and doing all the other stuff. I've earned every single scar on my hands and on my body from being a reckless person in my past.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, everything that I write about, my inspiration comes from my life. So.
Now, still on the music topic, what's your favorite song outside of your own music?
My favorite song, I think that changes.
What the season you're in right now? What's hitting for you?
To be honest with you, it's been Morgan Wallen's new album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hardy's Mockingbird and the Crow for a little bit. Love Hardy, but then Morgan, when he dropped his new album, I've just been listening back and forth. But the songs that he hits on, like from an artist perspective as well, like he's changing the game. Nobody's come out there and then he's got 5 or 6 of his songs on like top 20 chart right now. That's unheard of.
Is there anything in particular, a song that sticks out, like really speaks to you, or?
So last night, everybody's been playing it. That hit me super hard when it first came out, but now it's getting annoying to me.
Yeah.
So
consumed it too many times.
Yeah, but there is one. Wrote the Book, hit me really hard. Let me check my Spotify because I keep forgetting the name of this. But this one's been hitting me really, really hard, and it is Think About Me or Thinking About Me.
Yeah.
My phone ain't loading, but I think it's Thinking About Me or something like that.
Okay.
But that one, lyrically,
it's
basically saying why you're kissing him, why you're doing stuff with him, riding around in his truck.
Yeah.
Why you're thinking about me.
That reminds me of the old song, I don't know, is Kid Rock or Put Your Picture Away?
I put your picture away.
Yeah.
Yeah, picture.
Yeah. That's a go-to.
Yeah.
That's a classic. as we start to transition out of music, maybe into some hobbies, is there anything else on music you want to touch on, highlight, talk about, any upcoming tours or any events you're going to be doing?
Yeah, there's actually some big stuff that I can't say right now.
Okay.
I can say that April is going to be a huge time frame for me.
Let's go.
It's a huge key thing. I can't say when or whatnot, but we're looking at a 6-week publicizing deal with a very, very well-known label.
Let's go.
So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Manifesting it, and until I see the contract, I ain't talking about it because I ain't counting my chickens before they hatch.
Let's go.
But yeah, I'm gonna be actually setting up here. I can tell you that I just got notified that for June 8th through the 11th, I will be playing Carolina Country Music Festival.
Where's that?
South Carolina.
That makes a lot of sense since you said Carolina.
Yeah. So that'll be awesome.
Makes a lot of sense.
Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina, right? Or is that North Carolina?
There's one, there's one.
I don't know,
There's
but it's near
something-
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
So see y'all in June.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's been awesome working on actually booking my East Coast tour based around that. My Southern tour, so Florida, going back down to home states.
Yeah.
And then doing a West Coast and a Midwest to wrap everything up. So
Let's go.
yeah, that'd be
Any
awesome.
any hobbies outside of music?
I'm a big fisherman.
Yeah.
I love fishing.
You like catfish?
I love cat. Well, it depends on where I catch them, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd eat any catfish out of like fucking Lake Michigan. Or
Yeah, no.
for even happening. Or,
So yeah, stay away from like Mississippi River. I won't eat them.
Yeah.
But I'll catch them. I'll
yeah.
set them up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you got a couple of these little like whatever you call them, like in Coal City area. I forget what they call them, like strip mines.
Yeah.
You'll catch some fish out of there. Oh, it's beautiful.
And you'll eat them out of there?
Oh yeah.
Is that Illinois?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wondered. I was like, I feel like it's just everything's so local to Chicago. I feel
Yeah.
like you probably got to go like at least 20 miles outside of Chicago before you can
Yeah.
start to like. But
Yeah.
somebody was telling me the other day, if you go to like the center of Lake Michigan, like it,
Like
you could-
walleye fishing and stuff
I
like
don't know,
that.
yeah, like the very center.
I go up to Wisconsin. I go up to Boulder Junction with my best friend every year.
Yeah. Do you
we-
just fly fish? Like what kind of fishing do you do?
I do everything. I really don't do fly fishing though, because
Yeah.
to me that's just too much work.
It
That's
seems like
too
a
many
lot of work.
moving
I never
parts.
got into it.
Yeah, I'd like to learn, but I do
Yeah.
fly fish with my open face reel. I'll just
Yeah.
kind of sit there and extend it out a little bit more,
Yeah.
and just kind of get a fly or whatever, like one of those flies, pinch it off, and just
Yeah.
kind of use it. But I don't have a fly fishing reel.
What's your favorite fish to kind of pull in?
Favorite fish to catch is pike.
Pike.
Pike put up a fight. Northern
Yeah.
pike.
Are those the ones filled with a lot of bones?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are the big long.
So you're not? Are
snake-looking
you?
ones.
Are you throwing them back? Or are you eating a pike?
I'm eating a pike.
Yeah.
Pike is delicious.
How are you cooking up a pike now?
So there's two different ways. I'm learning. I still don't know how to pull the Y bones out. There's an older gentleman who's a friend of mine that is just like, dude, I'll show you exactly how
Yeah.
you can get everything without having to get like bones in it. I'm still learning that. I've
Yeah.
been fishing for a long time, but pike, it depends on where I'm at. If I'm camping, I'm just putting in some aluminum foil, a little salt and pepper, and some lemon,
Yeah.
and then butter, and just wrapping it up in aluminum.
Throwing it on fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. What's your favorite fish to eat?
Walleye.
Walleye.
Oh yeah.
How are you cooking that up?
Oh, walleye, I take my time.
Yeah.
you gotta bread it, fillet it, bread it. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, you might fry it twice.
Yeah.
You can get kind of that nice crisp to it. But I love walleye so much.
You like crawfish?
I love crawfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Mud bugs.
I was gonna say, yeah. I feel like Texas, you guys probably just like Arkansas. You
Yeah.
have like crawfish boils.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
right
yeah.
in the back
I
of
haven't
the
had
house.
one in a couple years though.
Yeah, they've got like restaurants like that around up here, but I don't like trust them. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like, I'm used to like pulling up to someone's house and they're in like a tub.
Laundry basket.
Yeah, they're like in a laundry basket.
Yeah.
That's what like my mind registers with,
Yeah.
like for it to be fresh and right. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like
Right.
if some like old dude don't pull up with a beard and like a real raspy voice, you know what I mean? Like then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like trust them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like where the fuck do you guys get these?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Right? So
1,000%.
I like for me, I think I grew up catfish, crawfish, all of it. Well, crawfish not, but the catfish fried. You know what I mean? You fry it, hush puppies, white
Oh,
bread, and
Oh, yeah.
call it a night. You know what I mean?
You
Some
got to
Sprite.
the excess batter that you don't use to fry with, you just make hush puppies with.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And buffalo. So they do it the same way. Buffalo fish. So they
Oh, yeah, we call them drum up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they call them buffalo down there, and they'll do it the same way as the catfish. You know what I mean? Put them
Yeah.
into like strips, fry them up, and I want to say there's less. I think there's bone. There's more bone in the buffalo, or maybe less.
See, drum to me. A lot of people don't like drum.
Yeah.
I love drum.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drum's another one of those bottom feeders, but they kind of eat everything.
Yeah.
Like, and but drum is like just a very white, plain fish. To be honest with you, it's a little fishy, but it's perfect.
You like bass?
I enjoy bass.
Yeah.
I prefer catching them, because to me something in like the sportsman mindset of myself goes like, oh no, I'm eating a bass.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I enjoy it. I mean, what's the difference if I'm like, out trying to survive in the woods? I'm not gonna be like, oh, look at this bass, and then throw it back. Like, you got to learn how to survive. How to live. And,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever deep sea fish?
I've never gone saltwater fishing. Fun fact.
Yes, fun.
Yeah.
I did it once, and it was in, I think it was Ocean City, Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, did it one
That
time.
would be awesome.
Everything was thrown back, but it was still a really cool experience.
Yeah. That's on the bucket list.
Yeah, bro. That was fun. So what else outside of fishing? Anything?
I like hunting.
Yeah.
I love hunting. I feel like I've gotten to a place where, between shoulder surgery, I used to bow hunt. I like bow hunting.
Yeah.
It's fun, target practice. I've done more practice than I have hunting. The last 3 years, I haven't been able to fill out any tags or anything.
Yeah.
I had complete right shoulder reconstructive surgery after a previous military injury that ended up getting kind of hurt on the job. But, yeah, I mean, I haven't filled out any tags or anything the last 3 years.
Compound or crossbow?
Compound. Yeah.
What's your typical pull?
To be honest, actually, I had just gotten mine up to 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Usually I keep it 55.
Yeah.
I feel like 55 is enough to take anything.
Do you like you follow what's it, Cam Haynes, or he's a big bow hunter on Instagram?
Everybody's telling me, man, get on Instagram. Get on Instagram.
Oh, you're not on Instagram?
I am, but like my Instagram is probably my least like monitored anything.
Yeah.
It's my weakest point as a.
What's your strongest for social media?
Probably TikTok right
Yeah.
now. TikTok or Facebook. Used to be Facebook, but they kind of change.
Yeah.
So,
who was the other one? There's a show I like. There's a hunting show I like watching. I don't know if you watch any like hunting shows or shit like that.
I used to love watching hunting shows.
Who's this dude? I always watch. Me and Justin watch him. What's the hunting shows you like? Maybe I'll.
So I used to watch
dude's name?
just your run in the mill, whatever was on at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd wake up and actually continue watching it.
Yes.
But then when YouTube started coming over, becoming bigger, I remember I kind of stopped watching those. But I liked learning from people, like the little weird techniques.
Yes. I think it's Meat. I think it's Meat Eater.
Meat Eater? Yeah.
I want to say, yeah, I think it's Meat Eater.
I've watched that on Netflix.
Yep. Yeah.
He's
So
a
I
cool guy.
I like him a lot. And a lot of the guys that are in my company are from Colorado. So a few of them have either they know somebody or they've gone on some elk hunts, and that's on my bucket list.
I remember I've gotten close. I've gotten close to hunting an elk. It was with my grandpa actually in around Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah, they have
elk
over there.
I was like, is that fucking moose?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's a small one.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that thing was like shoulder was higher than the roof of
What's
lifted
cool
F-150.
and what's crazy to think about, it's not even necessarily cool, but it's crazy to think that the elk are smaller than moose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can get moose tags too. I think they're rare, but I'm pretty sure that's just Alaska. I want to say.
I know there's
For
Alaska,
moose.
and Canada.
You're hunting moose in Utah?
No, what? What are you talking about? I'm not in Utah.
Here's a moosey.
Yeah.
Ate my damn
No,
radiator.
in Idaho, the moose will move down to Nevada, where I live. So like, you have hunting tags out in Idaho and like Nevada and stuff for moose.
Nice.
We're gonna have to Google that.
Oh, I believe it.
If a moose
Shame. No,
moose
you
got
know.
out of the zoo.
Yeah. I watched this video of some dude getting mauled by a zebra.
Yeah.
There was a farmer, some 70-year-old dude, who was like just had a pet zebra.
Yeah.
He got mauled by him.
It's probably in Texas.
I think it was.
I hear Texas has more like diversity in regard to their animals because so many people have them as pets. They'll get out and different things like that. Like there's
ibex.
There's ibex and there's another weird like larger like type of deer style.
Oh, there's the ibex, and then there's they're like the white painted.
Something. There's stuff you eat them, whatever. And you guys got all those helicopter hog shoots and shit like that in Texas. That looks really fun.
I wanted to do that up in Missouri. Actually, they got a bunch of hogs problems. So Yeah, extremely detrimental. I've never like, I got a couple farming buddies that go out and whatever, and but they'll actually harvest them and then set them free onto like their friends' land and stuff like that.
Wow.
And so it's like this whole like community thing. Where
Wow.
it's basically like they'll catch them, put them in on one of those, let's say hunting properties or whatever.
Yeah.
And so everybody kind of wins.
That's
like,
crazy.
They get rid of their hog problem. People get to come in and
That's crazy.
go do the chopper shoots.
That's crazy. And I'm thinking about Texas right now. I couldn't imagine, trying to set up some type of hunt or going on some land, and like you just run into a freaking tiger or something. You know what I mean?
You're like hunting squirrels or rabbits, and then just
a tiger pops out, some lion pops out because somebody had some crazy pet or something. Because Texas is Texas. You know what I mean? It doesn't even need it doesn't need any explanation. You know? So So fishing, hunting. Is there anything else you like to do?
I'm kind of a jack of all trades, and they say like I'm a master of none. I'm a master of a few of them.
Yeah.
I enjoy like tinkering. I enjoy riding. I enjoy being outside. Anything outdoors, like hiking. Just being where I can like feel like I'm a part of something.
Yeah.
And I can do it completely by myself and be fine.
Yeah.
Driving. I've recently discovered this year I love traveling. So doing shows and stuff like that, I love traveling. And most of the time people, at least artists that I've talked to, have been like, man, just wait, you'll hate it. And I'm like, well, I've been doing it for like a year now and I love it still.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they hated it because they don't have a comfortable vehicle to drive in.
Yeah.
I think that would probably make me hate it.
Yeah. What do you drive?
So I just got my Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland. It's all black.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it so
You taking
much.
it off road yet?
Not yet. I'm babying this one.
Yeah.
Babying this one because I absolutely sent my other one airborne back in January.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, Grand Cherokees can get about 6 feet off the ground.
Jesus. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, we're probably 45 minutes in, 50 minutes in? Yeah, so 45 minutes in, 50 minutes in. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
I mean, other than just my music's dropping. April 7th.
I got a question. Favorite movie? Do you have one?
Favorite movie, Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. That's an Army movie, right?
It is. It's about a combat medic during World War II.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
That one.
Have you seen Fury with Brad Pitt?
I have seen Fury.
I like that one.
That one was a good one. And that's actually very, the dialogue in it when they're talking back and forth to each other is very, very similar to what is like in real life, where it's basically you could say somebody, hey, have a good day, and you're like, hey, go fuck yourself. That's very.
We have two guys that
similar.
were in the Airborne.
Airborne?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Airborne. I got a really good friend that was in, I think, the 173rd Brigade. Airborne 173. I think he was stationed in Italy, and I want to say
171st.
171st. I know I'm.
Yeah,
There's going to be so many TikTok comments if we clip that one on and be like, what the? You don't know what you're talking about.
There's 101st. There's 101st.
I know he was stationed in
82nd.
Italy, and really good guy.
I don't know if 171st. I don't remember if that's Airborne. I know 101 and I know 82.
But I know he'd jump out a lot and different things like that, and real good guy.
Yep. Nope. Not me. I like the ground.
Yeah. But I swear it was the Army. I think it was the Army, but he.
That's Army.
jumped
So
out a
Airborne
lot, messed
schools,
up knees.
like Air Force guys will be able to go to Army schools and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Army holds that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're coming out with a new military movie that looks really good too.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about all those. I
If
think,
it's realistic,
Yeah.
it hits me.
Did you like the American? Was it American Sniper?
American Sniper was a very like emotional,
Very
emotional movie. If you want to see what it actually looks like, or have
That was
something
Chris
that's-
Kyle, right?
That was Chris Kyle. So
Yeah.
Sniper.
What was the one with Mark Wahlberg? Before I forget it.
So yeah, that's the most accurate one at least. What is that called?
Come on, sorry. What was it called?
I'm
gonna look it up.
It's of Marcus Luttrell.
Yes.
It's his story. Forgot what it's called, but it's Marcus Luttrell. If you want to look at
Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor.
That was, dude. Those two movies are. If you're a true American and you watch those movies, it'll have you like this close from like trying to go become a Navy SEAL. Like I have to be careful watching them because I'll be like, forget the business. I need to go become a Navy SEAL, see if I can't go.
Yeah, that's what gunshot wounds actually look like, though. So not the movie Hollywood stuff that's blown up and all that other stuff. You normally, adrenaline's running and stuff like that. Some people don't even know they're hit.
Yeah.
So you have to actually search for those wounds. Yeah, so you'd be surprised. So that's where a lot of these people were giving the movie shit and saying oh, how could he still move his arm? He's been shot 3 times in it. Well, it happens.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, I think of the adrenaline from a crazy car accident or something like that. You keep going. I couldn't even imagine the adrenaline from being shot.
Yeah.
No, I don't think many people realize being in crossfire. I had my house shot up once, but it wasn't even it wasn't direct, you know what I mean? I wasn't in a direct crossfire, you know what I mean? I wasn't seeing the flashing and the banging and everything like that. It was just pa-ta-ta. It was done, you know what I mean?
When you kind of hear the crack of it, the round, when you hear the cracks, it's very, very humbling. It's very oh shit moments, you know?
I mean, I guess being at a firing range, but never being on the other side of that, bro, and then not running away.
Yeah, you can hear him going over, and you're
and you run towards it.
It's a tight butthole moment.
Yeah, it's got to be disappearing butthole moment. Whoa, this is real.
You couldn't pull a needle out of my ass with a tractor at that point. Let's go. Yeah.
Well, bro, this was really good. You know what I mean? This is. I'm gonna tell Starley after this. Find me more country singers. I want more of that. That reminds me of home. You know what I mean?
Well, let me know, man.
Yes.
I got a couple buddies.
Absolutely. We're always looking for referrals. We're gonna kick up the country singers. So
let's go. I love it.
Hopefully, teach me a thing or two. So
that'd be awesome, bro.
I'll be the next, but Darius Rucker.
All right.
Let's go. All right, brother. Well, this was Andru Jamison. Guys, he's got new music coming out in April. Check him out, TikTok, Facebook. Check out his Instagram. Let's build his Instagram up.
That would be awesome.
He's not using his Instagram. We got to get him on Instagram. Come on. So thank you again. Shout out Andru Jamison. Have a blessed day, brother.
Thanks, man. You too.
Yes, sir.